I'm Dr. Lara, and welcome to another week of Channeled Angel Messages. Before I start, I just want to say that the energy for this message is a lot different than what I usually feel. I usually have a process that brings me into a certain state of meditation, and it feels a certain way, and then messages come through. But what happened today, it was just a very different process. And so what they're telling me is that this message, it's for the global community. There's not going to be like individual messages, but yeah, so I'm just going to tune in and let's see what happens, okay? Yeah, the energy, it just feels like my heart is palpitating. I have a lump in my throat, and it feels very frantic. So and it feels like it's the energy of the planet right now. It's almost like there's this, and they're showing me like there's this tidal wave coming. So what happens when a tidal wave comes, it draws the ocean draws the energy or draws the water towards itself so the tidal wave can come. And that's kind of what's happening right now. It's almost like we're kind of being pulled into ourselves for what's to come. Now, they don't want you to be afraid. This energy that I'm feeling, they want to make it very clear. It's not the energy that the angels are feeling. It's the energy of most of the humans on the planet. Their stuff just keeps coming up, and a lot of people are waking up. Okay, that's what it is. There's a lot of people that are having their spiritual awakening now and are going to continue, and that is what is adding to the vibration of the panic on the planet. So what they're saying is that we're being helped. We are continuously being helped on all these levels: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. We are given light, we are given love, we are given protection, we are protected, our loved ones are protected. And just to remember that all of this stuff that's being projected into us, all this fear, it's not what's happening right now. It's all projected into the future of this could happen and this could happen. And when we look at all of that and we focus on that, then that becomes our reality. And they say that does not have to be your reality. So the first part of this message is, please know that you are safe and you are protected, and so are your loved ones. And all of this doomsday stuff, it doesn't have to happen. Timelines can switch in a moment's notice. You can be on a different timeline than your neighbor. You could experience joy and abundance and happiness while your neighbor doesn't. It doesn't mean that you're better. It doesn't mean that they're worse. It just means that you have different perceptions and beliefs that create your reality. And that's what we're learning how to do. Okay, let's see, what else are they saying? Okay, so now for all of us, it is a really good time for purification. And they're not just talking about your diet, they're not talking about decluttering. This is emotional, mental, spiritual purification. Okay, we're going to get a little deep here. Purifying your thoughts about who you are, letting go of the belief of self-doubt, of I'm not good enough, why am I here, everything's my fault, all of that stuff that tells us we're not enough. It's bringing to the surface, it's being brought to the surface to being let go of. And they're also talking about purification, okay? And they're showing me a bubble. So what that means is this bubble that we have lived in, that we have thought is true, okay? What we've been told, what we've seen, what we've lived, what we've believed, they're showing the bubble popping. So that means when this bubble pops, you're going to be seeing life in a completely different way than you ever have. And that can cause fear, it can cause panic, it can cause anger and frustration. because you were brought up to believe in these certain systems that were supposedly here for our good, or this was the way to do things, and it's just simply coming to light that there's another way. Okay, they're not saying it's not true, because that was true for each person at that time, but now they're saying that there's a different way to do things. And just to be gentle with yourself when this happens, when there's a spiritual awakening that takes place, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of things that happen in the body. A lot of physical things come up, like aches and pains or injuries that you've had years ago. That's going to come up because it's working itself out. Insomnia, sleeplessness, restlessness, or maybe you're sleeping a ton and your body is like really, really tired, or you're just seeing things differently. You can't explain it, but there's like something inside of you like, that seems different to me, or I don't really view that in the same way anymore. Like that those are some things to expect when you have this awakening and your bubble is popped. And it can feel like the rug is being pulled out from underneath you. And so they're just saying, please take care of yourself, but also purify your mind. Okay. And they're showing me a cross. So they're showing me a church. This is the next thing that's going to be coming up. That's going to be really, really big. There has been a lot of stuff that's happened within the Catholic Church, and all of these things brought to light with all these other religions and stuff like that. But there's more to come, and it has to do with doomsday and the end of the world that a lot of people think is going to happen. It's metaphorical. The end of the world is the bubble popping. Okay, so what they're saying is that the Bible, it's metaphorical. It is not literal. So your world, as you know it, with your thoughts, your beliefs, and perceptions, that is going to end. And it's going to bring in a new way of thinking. And that happens individually for each one on the planet. So I guess in a way the world is ending, but it's not going to be blown up. We're not going to be slaves forever. It's just the old paradigm is breaking away. Okay. And they're saying for the next couple of months, it's going to be pretty turbulent. There's even more. I mean, if you can believe that even more stuff is going to come up, it is. But they don't want you to be afraid. They just don't, because they can see the higher picture. The angels can see the higher picture. And once again, they are here to protect us and to help us move through this a little bit easier. And they just want to remind us that with all of this stuff, this disruption that's happening, truth will be brought to light. Okay, the truth is going to come out. The truth already is coming out. You just have to be open to it and to see it. Okay, and the truth, they're showing me like breaking hearts. Like a lot of these truths that can be very painful and very hurtful. Like many people that we have been taught to idolize or to look up to or to think that they're absolutely amazing and humanitarians. Not all of them are, and that's going to be coming out. But they want to remind you that you don't have to look up to people in order to be led. We're all being called to lead ourselves, to become sovereign, and to be able to discern what feels right for us and what doesn't. We don't have to follow anybody. We follow our own truth. And that's why a lot of these things are crumbling down, because when you follow somebody, or they say that their way is the only way, then that kind of puts us in a pigeonhole, so we can't really explore our own truth. And we're all going to be called to exploring our own truth. And they're showing me again, you don't have to go with the herd, break away from the herd, but you will find pockets of people that you can feel safe with and talking about a lot of these things with. Okay. Okay, so that was the big message for everybody. I'm not going to answer a question today because it just feels really, really heavy, and I didn't get one. And they didn't want me to say anything else because this message was so profound and really, really big. So go back and listen to it again and just really know that you are safe and protective. We're going to make it through, and all is well. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.